Hi, welcome back. My name is Elaine and I've been collecting bags for the last 20 years and I've been reviewing them for the last 10 over at fairlycurated.com. Today I'll be going over my top 8 best cost per wear bags. So for those of you who don't know what cost per wear is, it is an equation where you take the cost of the bag or the item and you divide it by the number of times you've used it or worn it. I do calculate the cost per wear using my StyleBook app, which makes it really easy for me. I do track my wears or the number of times I use a bag just so that I know the utility of a bag. You think you use an item way more than you actually do. So you think, oh, 30 wears and something's worth it. Easy, I can do 30 wears. Yeah, I mean, unless you have a very minimal closet, you're not gonna get 30 wears until for at least a couple of months, if not more. I do have a lot of bags. So my overall number of wears per bag is pretty low. I do switch them out fairly often. Cost per wear is a good measure of the value of an item outside of just its price tag. So sure, you can get something for really cheap, but then if you never use it, its cost per wear is going to be higher than something that was a little bit more expensive, but you use more often. The cost per wear allows you to make the argument that investing in your wardrobe is worth it. But for me, I find that it's a mixed bag. So I do get a lot of my bags secondhand, so I get them at a very good price. So I do find that the bulk of my items that have the best cost per wear are secondhand items, with a couple of exceptions. All right, so let's get into it. Number 8 is the Row Park Tote. So I got this brand new from Saks for $18.50 and I used it 75 times over the last, I want to say year and a half, maybe 2 years. So the cost per wear on this is $24.66. So, not the greatest, $24 per use is still kind of a lot. But for me, this is a forever bag. I really just love this park tote, super useful. I do baby it and I haven't been using it as much lately, but now that it's fall again, I do feel like this is a perfect bag for fall. I don't use it as much just because with use, the park tote will start getting some softening in the corners, which I think you can kind of see it in some of the parts here. And so I'm trying to keep it as pristine as possible. My second best cost per wear item is this puzzle bag from Loewe. This is the most used bag in my bag collection, but it is only number 7 on this list because I did also buy this brand new. So I got this for $28.50 and thus far I've used it 135 times for a total cost per wear of $21.11. This was sort of an investment for me. It was on the high end, but since I did use it quite a bit, the cost per wear is in the top 8. Check out my top 9 most used bags video to see why I love this bag so much and why it became my number 1. But yes, it should be of no surprise that this is on the list. Number 6 on the list is this Loewe Lazo tote. So I actually got this fairly recent. I want to say sometime last year. So it's not been in my collection for very long, but I did get this at a very good price. So I got this for $443 and I used it 34 times for a total cost per wear of $13.02. I do talk about this bag, I think in one of my top most used bags video again, because it is a bag that I use fairly often. I originally liked this bag because I saw it on Eva Chen and I'm pretty sure she still has it. She brings it out every once in a while. But yes, it's a great little mini tote. It fits everything, does come with a crossbody strap. It's also a great bag for the fall. Next on the list, number 5 is this Longchamp in the medium size. So I actually got this in Hawaii at the Nordstrom rack quite a few years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago. It is a very bright color, which is kind of uncharacteristic for me, but that's what kind of made it fun, a nice pop of color. It actually goes really well with blue, and I do wear blue fairly often. But yes, I find this just a great throw everything in kind of bag. It's great with kids. It's great for traveling since you can fold it up. So I bought this at the Nordstrom rack for $100 and I did use it only 8 times, but because I got it for a good deal, cost per wear on this is $12.50. And number 4 on the list is this Bottega Veneta Hobo. I bought this secondhand from Brandier for $500. $196 and I used it 49 times for a total cost per wear of $12.16. So this also was, I think, on my top 9 most used bags. I think last summer I used this basically continuously for about 2 months almost, or a month and a half. That's the 49 times. I still brought it out a couple times this year. I do find the hobo is super comfortable. This leather is so nice and smushy. It's a great spring bag, maybe early summer, but now that we're heading into fall, I probably won't wear this as much, but yes. I would love to get this in a dark brown or their fondant color, but they tend to be a little bit more. And now that there's tariffs, I've been not really buying things from Japan as much. So yeah. But love this bag. Number 3 on my list is another Longchamp bag. So this is a really big one. I did get this because it has the yellow accents, which kind of goes with the other yellow Longchamp. This is a short handle one, and I usually use it when like traveling. Sometimes for our RV trips, I'll pack clothes in here. It fits a lot. I just overall really like that it can fold up really nicely. I do find that all my Longchamp totes, so I have maybe 4 or 5 lid pliage totes from Longchamp. These just happen to be my most used, top 2. This one I did buy brand new for $120 quite a few years ago. I think I got this one online. It was on sale, and then I used it 11 times for a total cost per wear of $10.90. Number 2 on the list is this vintage LV, the Loewe, but in epi leather in the color called Kenyan Brown. I used this quite a bit last autumn, and I foresee myself using this again this autumn. It's a beautiful kind of brown color. I did buy it secondhand from Brandier for a really good price. So I got it for $139, and I used this 13 times thus far for a total cost per wear of $10.69. This is such a great grab and go bag. A lot of things can fit in here. It's also sort of like my movie theater bag. I can fit multiple water bottles, you know, snacks if I need to, jackets, everything. It just piles up. And I still like that because it's the epi leather, it holds its structure fairly well. I think this bag is from the 90s, but it's still a great looking bag. You know, of course it's a bit worn, but I can't complain for $139. And last but not least on my list is the Celine Soft Cube bag. So this is the bag in my closet with the best cost per wear. So I got this secondhand from Fashion File at least 5 or 6 years ago, if not more. And I got it for $850. I think at the time when it first came out, it was like maybe $1,300. So, you know, $850 wasn't that much of a discount, but it was still pretty good. But up until I got my Loewe puzzle bag, this was my most used bag in my closet, and I used it 101 times. And so I bought it for $850, used it 101 times. Cost per wear on this is $8.41. So, you know, for using it 101 times, for me getting it secondhand, you know, it's still in great condition. I do condition it with leather conditioner once a year. And this is also in my top 9 most worn bags of all time. This is actually number 2. But yeah, I just love that, you know, it has both the handle and the crossbody strap. This green color is beautiful. I do find a lot of utility out of these green bags. So yes, and that's it for my top 8 best cost per wear bags. What did you think? Do any of you guys have these bags in your closet? And are they your most worn as well, or best cost per wear? I do think, you know, tracking your usage, figuring out your cost per wear really helps you decide which bags are keepers, which bags you haven't touched and, you know, you should be letting go. After this, I mean, I don't know if you're interested, but I could do a top 8 worst cost per wear bags. But, you know, I'll do a quick screenshot here, but they're all Hermes. They're all like the Kelly and the Birkins, which, you know, makes me think like I probably don't need those because I don't use those bags. But anyways, I hope you found this interesting or informative. And if you could like or subscribe, that would greatly support my channel. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.